Hello, I'm Lyric, your artificial artist. Welcome to Let's Cook at Home. In this video, we are going to make biscuits. Simple biscuits. Let's get started. Alright, we're going to use 2 cups of self-rising flour. And I'm going to put it through the strainer. This is 1. Okay. Woo! Boom. It's a little loud, isn't it? My bad. I'm going to turn it off. I'll turn it off. Hold on. Let's try it with this. There we go. The flour dump. Alright, so we're done with that. Let me turn this back off. Hold on. Now I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. Okay? So in the middle, I'm going to make a little hole. I'm going to take some heavy whipping cream, and we're going to put it in a little bit at a time and stir this up, okay? So in my little hole here, I'm going to pour in just a little bit of whipping cream. You'll probably need about 2 cups, maybe less than 2 cups. It just depends on how much you're making. Okay, so again, I'm going to make another little hole, because we don't want this mixture to be too wet, and we don't want it too dry. So that's why I'm just going to pour it in a little bit at a time. You can measure it out in a cup if you want to, but I just see it as a waste. What if I don't use it all? You know what I'm going to do with it? Pour it back in the container? Gross. So, I'd rather just pour it from the actual carton as I need it. Pouring a little bit more. And we're going to keep going at this route until we get the consistency that we want. So we want in between wet and dry. Alright, so this is too dry. It's not ready yet. So we're going to go in some more and just do a little bit at a time. Right? Now you can always go back in and add some more flour if you want to. You know, if it's a little too wet for you, add in some more flour. But if you just take your time, just add in a little liquid and mix it. We're getting there, but we're not there. Hold on. Alright, I need to hold this bowl. Hold on. Alright, we're getting there. I'm going to add in just a little bit more heavy whipping cream. Just a little bit more. And this should be it right here. Yep, this is what we want right here. Now, at this phase of the game, you can take this out and you can roll it and use your cutters, your biscuit cutter, cookie cutter, whatever kind of cutter you want to make the shape. Or you can do what I'm about to do, and we're just going to make a little ball and shape it in our hand and put it directly in the pan. So in this, I got a cast iron skillet. I got some butter flavored spray. And I'm about to hit it real good. Okay, so I'm going to get some flour to put on my hand. And then here, I have a little cup of the buttermilk, whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream. Have I been saying buttermilk the whole time? Heavy whipping cream, okay? So if I've been saying buttermilk, forgive me. It's heavy whipping cream we're using, okay? So now, I sprayed my pan. So I'm going to put some flour in my hand. And I'm just going to pick it up. I'll pick it up. And I'm going to roll it the way I want to roll it. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more. And we're just going to put it in here. So I'm going to fill up my pan with our biscuit dough. I'm going to try to make them all the same size, but they won't be exact, alright? And I want to make sure that they're all touching each other, and I'm going to make sure that they're touching the side of the cast iron pan. And now I have some dough, because this is the second batch that I'm making. So I made this earlier today, this morning, this evening. What time is it? This morning, okay, I made a batch this morning, alright? So I got a little bit of dough left, and I'm going to put in this pan as well. Let me get it real quick. Okay. Okay, I'm almost there. Alright, and that's it, baby. And we're going to put it in the oven. I'm going to push them down. I want to try to make them even. So I'm going to push them down just a little bit. Okay, then I got enough space right here for one more, but we don't have any more dough. Alright, hold on. Alright, so now we're going to take our whipping cream. I still wanted to say buttermilk. I don't know why. Whipping cream. And we're going to put it on top of each one before we put it in the oven. And we're going to let them bake You have to know your oven, okay? Again, I always know your oven. I'm going to put mine in for about 20, 25 minutes, 30 at the most. But I set my timer. I set the timer for 15 minutes first so I can see what's going on in case I need to move them around in the oven. And then I do 10 minutes after that if I need it. Okay? Alright, so we good there. Let's put these in the oven. Alright, let me clean up and we're going to come back and make this gravy. Alright, now we're going to make our gravy. Okay, so I've already chopped up an onion in my food processor. It was an onion a little bit bigger than this one. Okay, now if you don't like onions, you can skip this part. Okay, but I personally, I like the onion because it gives it some flavor. So we're going to add in a little coconut oil, a little, alright, and then I'm going to add in a little butter, a little, alright, so you're going to need some broth, chicken broth, vegetable broth. The thing about gravy is whatever liquid you use is your choice, which it will be based on what it is that you're cooking the gravy for. Okay? So, if you are, let's just say you made pork chops. Okay? Let's say you fried some pork chops and you poured off some of the grease that was in there. You could skip the butter part if you want and just use the fat that's in from the pork chops, or you still can add in just a little bit of butter if that's what you want to do. Okay? You still going to add in your flour, and then you still will use a broth. Some people use water. I like broth because broth has a lot more flavor to it. Okay, let's say you're in a pinch and you don't have any chicken broth, but you got bouillon cubes. Okay, so you can put you some water to the side, drop you a couple of bouillon cubes in there, and that's what you can use. You can use milk. You can use heavy whipping cream. The liquid you use is totally up to you. You can use wine. I've made gravy with beer. I have used red wine before. I've used white wines before. It just depends on what you want the gravy for. Okay? So today, I'm just making a basic gravy. That's all this video is for, is to show you a basic gravy. Now, let's say you want these biscuits for breakfast. Alright? You could crumble you up some sausage, fry that up. Alright? Then add in, again, your butter, your oil. If the oil from the grease from the sausage is not enough, you can always add in some butter or some coconut oil. And then start to add your flour in. And again, you're going to add in your liquid. So it could be buttermilk, heavy whipping cream, regular milk, water, whatever you want. Okay? Now, the more you make gravy, the more you will learn what you want it for. Okay? You will learn to either make it thicker, thinner. You can change the taste for chicken. You can change the taste for steak. You can change the taste for pork. You can change the taste for biscuits. So if you were making sausage and gravy biscuits, like I said, you add your sausage, fry that up with your onions and whatever you're going to put in there. Add your flour, use your liquid, and your meat is already in. This one, I'm not going to add any meat. I'm not going to add any meat to this one. This one, we're going to add in onions. Alright, so now I'm getting ready to put my onions in. My butter and my coconut oil is all mixed up. Alright, so now I'm going to add my onions. You can add mushrooms. You can add peppers. You know what? I think I will add some peppers. I don't think I can reach it from here, but I'm gonna have to go around so I can get to the fridge. But I think I will add some. Let me get some peppers. Yeah, I don't think I can reach. Wait. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I can reach. There we go. Woo! I needed that stretch. All right, use some scissors here so we can add in some peppers. They're frozen. I should be able to just snap them. My biscuits are still cooking. They went off for the 15 minutes. I forgot to restart my timer. It's looking pretty nice. Let me set them for 10 minutes. Get them stirred. Add in some more. Okay, let's add in some yellow ones. I like to have peppers and things in the freezer just in case. Little things like this. I got a whole bag of green peppers, green bell peppers, but I'm not going to be able to stretch from here. They all the way in the back of the freezer. These were on the door. Now, if you get this going right, you can do both of these. Get your biscuits in the oven, fix your gravy. By the time your biscuits get done, your gravy will be done. Okay? Or you can pre-make your gravy and then make your biscuits. And while they're in the oven, you could go clean up, take a shower, make a phone call. I don't know. Get on TikTok and wait for them to be done. But basically, they can be done together. It's just that I had to cook and clean the kitchen up. So I'm a little bit out of sequence. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit because I do want my onions to brown up a little bit. I want them to caramelize just a little bit. Alright, so let me let that roll for a second and then we'll come back and season it up. I'll be right back. Alright, so my onions are still cooking. I added in 1 tablespoon of raw sugar. Why? Because I wanted to caramelize a little bit. That's why. I want a little brown. Now this particular skillet takes harder to brown up. If I was using a cast iron or even one of the stainless steels, it would have browned up by now. So this one is cooked a little bit slower. I went ahead and added in my green peppers as well. Alright, so my onions are looking good. Biscuits should be looking pretty good. They should be ready to come out in a minute. Alright, so let's add in a little Himalayan sea salt. Now this is just to get it going. You may have to add some more seasoning once you put in your flour. That's not long for the biscuits. Let's check on those. Black pepper, sage, it got hot in here. I had to turn that vent back on. I forgot it was on. My bad. My bad. I hope you heard me. Alright, so now it's starting to, my onions are starting to kind of stick to my skillet a little bit. But let me check on these biscuits real fast. This is cool. I like this. I don't mind if they stick, because it'll come up once we put the liquid in. Okay? So let's get these biscuits out. They're beautiful. I almost left them in too long. Cancel that. We're going to add some butter to the top of them. And we're going to let these sit here for a minute. Woo! Flaky top pop right off. Okay. Alright, so we're cool on that. Now let's get down with this. This is all-purpose flour that we're going to use to make the gravy. So let's get a cup. And what we're going to do is add in a little bit at a time, because we want the flour to cook. So I'm just going to put in a little. And we're going to stir that up. Alright, we're going to put in a little more. And we're going to stir that up. We may not even need the whole cup. Okay? I may not even need it. So it's sticking to the bottom for me. Get some of that up. But I don't mind. Like I said, this is what's going to give it a little color. Alright, let's add a little more. Stir that up. Now I still have it on high, but I'm cooking on this flat plate here, so I wouldn't advise you to use your big stove and put it on high. Just put it on a medium heat and cook it, and you'll be fine. But this thing doesn't get as hot as an oven, as a stove, so I have to turn it up a little higher if I want things to move along. Now in a minute, I'll be able to turn it down. Now, how you know it's not as hot is because I can hold this handle. If this pan, this is a cast iron pan, but it has a coating on the inside, an enamel coating. So I can hold it here for a while, but when this pan really gets smoking, I have to hold it with a pot holder. So that lets you know that it's really not hot enough for me to get a pot holder. Now, it's cooking, but it's not at its full capacity of how much heat it can take. I can actually put this pan in the oven. I have to look and see if I bought this on Amazon. If I did, I'll put a link to it. But I haven't had this skillet a while. And I like it for different things. Okay, so now my flour is browning in the bottom of the skillet. And I'm scraping that up a little bit. But once we start to put in the broth, it'll pull it up anyway. And this is the phase where you can add wine to help pull that up from the bottom. Okay, so it's about as brown as I want it to be, so it's fine with me. So I don't need any more flour. I didn't even need the whole cup. So we'll put this to the side. Alright, and now we're going to start to add in our chicken broth. And you're going to add a little bit at a time. If anybody makes homemade macaroni and cheese, essentially this is the same course of action that you're taking. It's just like making the cheese sauce, a roux for macaroni and cheese minus the cheese. Okay, but you want to make sure. Now, if you want, you can use a whisk. Where's my whisk at? Where's my whisk? I don't have my whisk. I don't think I have one here. I'll have to get one. I had one. At some point I had one. I don't know. But anyway, we got to get on it because this is a very quick thing. This is not something that takes forever. But it could make the difference between having smooth gravy and lumpy gravy. Now I have my vegetables in here, but it doesn't mean that I want the flour part to be lumpy. I don't want to take a bite and just taste a big hunk of flour. So that was why I wanted to go my whisk. And I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. The only thing I have is I got my cake mixer. Let's see if this will work. Let's try it. Because why I want the whisk is because I want to pick up what's on the bottom of the skillet. That's why I want the whisk. And you're going to keep this process going until it's done. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and let you go for a second. And I'm going to finish doing what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to come back. And we're going to plate it up, okay? And give it a taste. But before I do that, because I forget sometimes that everybody don't know certain things. So let me give this a quick taste real quick and see if it needs anything else, seasoning wise. Yeah, it needs some more sage. It needs a little bit of everything. It needs some more black pepper. And we're going to give it a little bit more Himalayan salt. Okay? Now this will continue to thicken. So that's why I stir it each time, because I want to see, is this the thickness that I want? If this isn't the thickness that I want, which it isn't, I want it a little bit thinner. So I'm going to add some more liquid. And you can make it as thin or as thick as you like. Okay? See that? See how nice that is? There's no clumps of flour. Just vegetables. And I think I about have it the consistency that I want. I don't want it too thin. Alright, I'm going to turn it down to low. I'm going to add a little bit more. And then I'm going to put the top on it and let it cook on low for just about a minute or two. Just a minute or two. And then I'm going to turn it off and let it sit for another minute or two. Okay? Alright. I'll be right back. Be back. Alright? So, we got biscuits. Homemade. How about that? Let's cut one open. Look how soft and flaky that is. Now that's what you get when you use the sifter. Okay? So if you don't sift it, they're going to be a lot heavier. But if you sift it, it lightens them up a little bit. Okay? Alright, so let's get us some of this gravy. Now, I want to eat this just like this. Alright? But now is when you can put in, if you've already fried your pork chops or already fried your chicken, this is when you would take it out, make your gravy, and then put the meat back in and let it cook for a minute so we can get the flavor of the gravy on it. But I'm not adding any meat. I'm going to eat it just like this. So it's hot. Let's give it a taste here. It's smoking. I don't want to burn my mouth, but I want to taste it so bad. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me taste it. Let me see. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's good. This is good. You could mash you up some potatoes or make you some rice and put this on top of it. This is really, really good. And honestly, if I was just making this and I wasn't doing a video, you could have all of this done within 45 minutes. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So in less than an hour, you can make biscuits and gravy. Alright? That's it. That's it. That's all I got for you. Biscuits and gravy today, okay? And it is really good. It's good. I did add a little bit more of the seasonings that I had out. I added in a little bit more, stirred up, put the lid on it, and then I let it rest. Okay? So that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to come to my channel. If you would, share it, like it, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Pass it along to your friends, but try the recipe. And then write me in the comments. Tell me how you feel about it, or what you think about it, or if you tried it and how it came out, if you have any questions. But that's it. It's a wrap, baby. We did it. We biscuit and gravy. That's what we did today. Alright? So, take care of yourself. Take care of those who will allow you. Most of all, keep a lyric in your heart. Till next time.